well, hi there. This is Oyen. I mentioned that I was going to make these extra videos. This is the first of two. This is on profiled budgets. It's not that it's difficult. I just wanted to make sure you looked at it before you did the questions from the question bank, which we'll go to. We'll do two of them, and it's you probably do it anyway. But really, the principle here is this idea of how do we spread a budget over a period of time, and really you just want to follow the instructions in the question as to how they wish you to recommend it. I mean, as to spread it. In reality, at work, you would we would all maybe slightly have different ways of doing it in terms of estimations, but that's fundamentally what we're dealing with here. So profiling really is planning or spreading. Profiling refers to how a budget is spread over the year, showing the timing spread or spend over different months. So in one month you might think, oh, we're going to spend more, and in another you think we're going to spend less. So it's going to be even. It's going to be even over the 12-month period. So it's just, again, like I say, literally about following the instructions in the question, and you're there. So I really would call it more an application of maths as opposed to counting, really. Um, so here we have here um, this budget, for example, that you've been given, and in this, in reality, what would happen is that you have these things, and you have to decide, right? Some months are warmer than others, so we need to pick those months that are warmer and reallocate the monthly budgets maybe higher in those months as opposed to the other months. There might be more posting. You might find that might be even over the year. Telephone, same. But it's just how your organization runs, right? Some organizations are busier in the Christmas period. Some organizations are busier in the summer. It's just working with the question. Right, let's carry on. So in this example, it says suggest. So in your example, in your exam, there's no suggestion. It's because then there'd be too much variability. So it's not a matter of suggestion in your exam question. In reality, it is a matter of suggestion, and then coming up with a profile, and then examining, right, the profile either month to month or every quarter to see whether or not there's been a variance, and then adjusting as appropriate. So we have here, it says here, key factors to be taken account of. It says we have some summer months, if you like, to be assumed from May to September. And then we have some interior decoration of offices planned in June. And then there's some preventative maintenance work in December. And they will have some work here in July. But just to show you, so typically, I'm just going to flick this round. So really, the whole idea is, how do I spread a budget over the whole year, right? So typically, they haven't told us much about telephone and postage, so we will assume that will happen, if you like, evenly over the year. So I want to take you to the assumption they've come up with, and here it is. So you can see here that they have literally spread this evenly over the full year, and same with postage. But then with heat and light, they have gone for um, actually lower amounts in the summer. So I don't know the nature of this business, but maybe not much is happening then. And then all the figures are much higher, if you like, towards November and December. Supplies, again, they've gone for some slightly high amounts here. And then they've highlighted the big amount here and the big amount here. So for you, in your exams, you will not be suggesting. You will literally be, so not suggesting, but you will be following the instructions given in the exam question. So, and that's what profile budgets really are about. So let's flick to the question. Let's flick to the question and see. Let's flick to two questions and see how these questions see what they look like. Let me see. Here we are. No, 1 second. Two. Right, yes, let's look at this. We're going to look at question 122 and question 124. Let's look at question 122, literally just following exactly what they're asking us. So it says here that we have a public body with a financial year that runs from the 1st of April, so 1st of April, all the way to the 31st of March. Right, so 12 months. And it has a budget of 15,000 for maintenance, for building maintenance. Okay, thank you. It says the budget includes 3,000 for repairs. So in this 15,000, I have 3,000 for repairs to the roof expected in June. So I will have April, May, June, July, August, September. Right. I'm just going to stop at September because I already know that the question is asking me to tell you what happens by the end of September. Anyway, it says the budget includes 3,000 for to be spent in June, so I know there's going to be 3,000 spent here, and that means the remaining 12,000, right? It says here, and the 12,000 for the other repairs, for reactive repairs that are expected to be incurred. So they will always tell you evenly throughout the year. So it's evenly. So that means there's going to be 1 grand, right? 1 grand every month for the whole year. Question says, what would be the profiled or planned or spread budget by the end of September? So I literally just put 1,000 in here, 1,000 in here. I will still have my reactive repairs there, 1,000 there, 1,000 there, and 1,000 there. So I literally want to know what's happening between April and September. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6,000 plus the 3,000 gives me 9,000. And that's what profile budgets are really all about: following instructions and spreading costs as you've been asked to do. Let's look at question 124 again. I'll use this as the last question to talk about this profiling. And I'll show that here. Right. So here we have a public library. Yes, public library following budget for the year April. Again, another 12-month period, and this time they give you a range of expenses. So literally, like I say, that's what we're dealing with here. You look at this and it says here the following information is available. They want us to know what the profile budget would be for April, just for the month of April. Just for the month of April. So I have April, May, June. And they just want to know what's going on in April. Right, so I'm going to spread this. So I'll start and look at this. So typically I look and I can see they haven't told me anything about salaries. So I make it says, first of all, it says, I, all these, I need to look at all of these individually. Fine. But then it says all other expenditures incurred evenly throughout the year. So I can't see anything to do with salaries here. So I need to take salaries and spread that over the year, which is 71,500. 71,500 divided by 12, and that gives me 5,958. 5,958.3. Right? Okay, great. That's for April. Then it says here, I look at premises. It tells me premises cost consists of rent and this, which is paid quarterly. So I know this is paid quarterly, so divide that by 4. So I know I'm going to be paying 3,000 here in April, and then in July, which I'm not interested in. I'm just showing you, right? And then I'd have had the same thing: 5,958.3, 5,958.3, 5,958.3, blah blah blah. Okay, great. Supplies and services. It says here supplies and services include, this figure includes a 4,000 payment that will be made in June. So I have 4,000 here in June. So there's 6,000 left, and it says the rest will be spread on a straight line basis. So I've taken 4 out of here, of course, and I have 6,000 left. So 6,000 divided by 12, right? It's 500, isn't it? So I have 500 here, I have 500 here, I have 500 here, I have 500 here, and so on and so forth. Transport, nothing on transport here, so I know I'm just going to divide that by 12. So 16,500, 16,500 divided by 12 gives me, oops, deleted, gives me that 1375. I have 1375, and so on. 1375 going all the way. 1375, blah, blah, blah. Central charges, I can see here, it says these are made in March. So I know that this is going to go all the way in March. So nothing in April. March, if you like, 2016, so to speak, yes. And depreciation. I mean, this is not a cash budget. This is just an expense budget of sorts. So I have depreciation, and I have depreciation divided by 12 because that's what's going on here. And so I have 8,000 divided by 12, and I have here 666. So I have here 666.6. And the question is asking me to focus on April. I don't know why I feel like changing my pen color. I'm just going to do that now. So basically add all of this together, right? 5,958.3 plus 3,000 plus 500 plus 1375 plus 666.6. Put that all in your calculator and you will come in the glorious figure of 11,500. And that, if you like, people, is how we deal with Profiling. That's interesting. Bang on 10 minutes. Got great stuff. So the next topic I will do that you also need to think about is the learning curve, and I'll do that in the next video.